Danny, I very much doubt that anyone before this game would have given us a chance of coming away with anything, but what a game, what a performance and what a result.
Yeah, we said that before the game to the boys. If you looked at probably anyone outside of our dressing room, everyone would have said, well, that's a foregone conclusion and it's another win for Haringey. But we had a game plan. We knew that what they was about and that they're very quick up front. So we denied them that space, made them play in front of us, and we knew that if we could get a meal in behind them, that it would cause them problems, and it worked brilliantly. As you just said, what a great performance. There wasn't a player out there today that you could look at and said that he didn't do what was needed to be done. So yeah, really proud of him. Really good result, and hopefully now that can be a platform for us to start picking up some more wins.
And to score a goal after 57 seconds, and then to do it again at the start of the second half after 37 seconds.
It's only because enough times this season we've seen that happen to us, particularly in the second halves, that we don't come out and start well enough. And you only look at the Church game, a couple of weeks ago, and again that's something that we said at half time. We can't afford for that to happen. But, both goals. First goal was a set piece that we work on quite a lot. So that was really good to see, and I thought our second goal, the passing and the movement off of it was excellent. So yeah, really pleased all round.
You mentioned the Hornchurch game there. We were quick enough to talk about when Josh made a mistake in that game, but there was also maybe a mistake for the goal that we conceded today.
Yeah, possibly. Look, I think it's a poor goal to concede. There's no getting away from that fact. Could our back four have got off quicker? Possibly. Could Josh have come off? Could Josh's starting position have been better? Yeah, possibly. But if I'm being honest, I'm not interested in negatives today. We have to look at everything positive, and there was a lot of positives today, and the boys just need to be praised.
I was going to say, Josh certainly made up for that with two fantastic saves. The one from the volley that he dived and tipped around the corner, and then later on as well.
Josh is a fantastic goalkeeper. And there's been many a times this year when he saved us from defeats and things. So there's nothing to look at. There's nothing to be spoken about. As I said, we just got to concentrate on all the positives, all the praises. And you're right, you've got to praise him for the 2 or 3 good saves that he made in the second half.
And looking at how the players sort of mentally are at the moment, last weekend, fantastic result to get a draw when you're playing most of the game with only 10 men. Today, really dug in, especially towards the end where they must have been getting tired, and that sort of mental strength is something we didn't have a few months ago.
No, we didn't. You're right, and that's not something that you can work on. As in, you can't work on that in training. That's something that comes from within the group, and I think that when we went through that little stage where we had 3 or 4 really good results, that increased the mental strength, then increased, and if you looked at our performances over the recent games, we've performed really well, and the results probably we didn't get the results that probably our performances deserve, but that's football, and when you're in the position that we're in, this is something else that we've sort of drilled into them, is that you have to see things over the line. And last week at Crimfield we saw it through, and today we've seen it through again. So yeah, another positive, another step in the right direction.
I thought another player who was fantastic today was Drew, obviously on loan for a month from Luton. Only a young lad, but he did really well.
He's definitely above his years in his maturity within the game. He did everything we asked of him. He understands what's required, and you're right. I thought him and Fabian in midfield was excellent. They sat in there, they kept the ball in front of them, and when it was there, and won the ball back. Drew did put the ball in the right areas. He passed the ball well. We're really pleased with Drew, and I can only go on what I've seen, but I think the boys got a bright future in the game.
And looking ahead over the next few weeks, we've got a really tough period coming up. I think over the next 5 games, 4 of them are sort of in the hunt for the playoffs. So yeah, it's going to be tough. But today, surely you'll be able to use that and say we can beat anyone.
We've spoken about this many a times. This league is so inconsistent, and I think on the day, any team that performs well can win. And that's been proven today. We've played other teams that have been up there this year and got points from them. So it's just a case of trying to get the consistency levels that we've shown over the past 2 games, that mental strength that you spoke about. And if we can produce that, then there's no reason why we can't go and get results. From now to the end of the season. I'm not saying we're going to win every single game by any means, but we can get more results than what we did in the first part of the season. Yeah.